So I have a grumpy uterus, apparently. That's what the nurse said. She said, officially, I have a grumpy uterus. And I went into the hospital earlier this week for just contractions. I couldn't stop the contractions, and they were really bad, like really throwing me for a loop. So I actually just went in to see my OB, and she sent me to the hospital from there. She said I was definitely contracting and sent me to the hospital just to monitor them. And nothing official, like they weren't really doing anything, but that's what she said. And I figure, you know, after 5 babies and deliveries, your uterus might be a little grumpy. So that's what I have. She's like, you're 38. Get a good book. Sit down. Rest. Relax. Stay off your feet. And when your uterus starts talking back and getting a little grumpy, just have a seat. So that's my new... I just go, do my life, do what I need to do. And if I start having contractions, and it's like my uterus kind of makes this motion, I assume. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it just kind of doesn't really contract. It just kind of, I need to stop. I need to sit down. So, I'm 27 weeks, 3 days today. And I actually was not planning on doing this update. I tried to get my 9-year-old daughter to do it for me because she is hilarious. And I asked her to do it, and she said, Mom, that's kind of weird because I'm a little kid and I'm talking about being pregnant. That's a little creepy. So maybe she's right. I don't know. Maybe I can still get her to do it because she's really funny. A lot funnier than I am. And that would be really funny. So I'm sorry that it's me today. Otherwise, you would have the vision of hilarity that is all-encompassing of my daughter. But she won't do it. She kind of thinks it's lame. But I'm going to try to talk her into it anyway. So I'm sitting here having my slushie, sitting down because I started having contractions during dinner, and chilling out. And I wanted to talk about the slushie experience and also my shirt. To address my shirt, this is from a YouTube channel called Wheezy Waiter, and I've been watching Wheezy Waiter for about 3 years, but not lately, like not in the last 8 or 9 months, because I've been in school, I've been traveling, I got really busy, I just haven't been watching him. But that's a channel that you can go to too, that's actually, he's really funny. He just does commentary on like current events and things like that, but he's really relatable. I really like him. So I got this shirt for Christmas about 2 years ago. And it also fits nicely over a 7-month pregnancy belly. I don't know if Craig is aware that his shirts do that, but they're fantastic for when you're pregnant. So, and the reason I'm wearing it is because I went to church earlier and I was really dressed up, but everything I eat goes right down the front of me. I have no coordination. I have no sense of there's something in my hand. I need to hold on to that so it won't drop as it goes to my mouth. And it just goes right down the front of me, and I just have to change my clothes. So I've got this huge stash, this huge cupboard of, I'm kind of addicted to t-shirts, and I've got a ton of them. And it's a good thing because I have to keep changing my clothes. So no coordination. When I cook, like I prepared a meal today. In fact, our dog just follows me around because he'll know, or she knows that, see, I just called my dog a he, and it's a she. I have really, really, really bad pregnancy brain. Really bad. Like, I swear I'm smart. I swear. But I can't do basic, everyday, rudimentary things. I can't. I forget that I don't even remember my children's names at all. I don't know anything about them, really. I just feel like, Joel, how else have you, my husband's filming this, so Joel, how else have you noticed my pregnancy brain? I don't know, do you want to answer that?
No, I plead the fifth.
It's really bad right now. I will be mid-conversation with somebody. Saturday, I was mid-conversation with a friend of mine, and I completely forgot what I was saying. Mid-sentence. I forgot what I was saying. Pregnancy brain. Second thing is slushies. My husband makes me these amazing slushies that I eat all the time because I have to stay hydrated. For some reason, I have a really hard time staying hydrated. I've been hospitalized for it 3 times during this pregnancy. And I have a really hard time with it. So he got a slushie machine on the internet and ordered it off the internet. And he's been making slushies for me. Now, the problem that I have with these is I love them, but I actually grew up in Utah. And in Utah, there are certain Utah foods that are completely geographically bound by the borders of Utah. And you can't get them anywhere else. And I don't quite understand why, but one of them is fry sauce, which is, depending on who you talk to, the recipe varies, but it's pretty much ketchup, mayo, and pickle juice, and you dip your French fries in it. It's actually incredibly yummy. And the other thing is shave ice. Shave ice is, you literally take a brick of ice and you put it on a straight razor. Frankly, that's what it is. And it spins underneath the ice. And it shaves off the ice. And then they stack it up and they use snow cone flavoring to flavor it. And I have never found it anywhere except for Utah. And it's called shave ice. And you would think, well, that's snow. I'm in Minnesota. I have like 9 feet during the winter time in my front yard. I should just go eat snow. First of all, I'm not eating snow. Second of all, it's not the same thing. It's not the same texture. It's not the same thing. There's like an initial, when you bite it, it's like this crunch, like this. And it's very satisfying. And I haven't had it in. I went to Utah for meetings last year, and I made my friend Stephanie take me to the little shave ice shop on the corner. And they're little tiny shops. Like you'll just be driving around, and then in someone's yard, there's this shave ice shop, and you stop, and they kind of look like Snoopy's doghouse. And you stop, and you pay them $1, and you get this big thing of shave ice. They're incredible. But they're random places. They're like not in regular business areas. They're like in people's yards, and it's just, I've only seen it in Utah. So I miss shave ice. This is pretty good though. It's a good substitute. But I really wish I had that. This is Tropical Punch. Joel does a good job with them. So that's really contractions, desiring of the shave ice, having to change my clothes all the time. I finally have a belly. I thought I totally looked pregnant, and then last Sunday, a sister came up to me and said, I thought you were pregnant, but I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd just be brave and ask. So I'm like in my 3rd trimester, and there's still people that just look at me and go, is she gaining weight or is she pregnant? I don't know. And Joel said, guys will never ask that. They will never venture a guess. Unless they totally know. Then they'll ask you, like, they might ask, what are you due? Or, whatever. But smart men just won't. They just won't say anything. Anyway, so that's all for this week. Do you have any other things that I missed or want to say anything, Joel?
No, I think you got it covered.
Okay, so
you are a smart.
I am a smart. Me and my grumpy uterus are going to have some more slushy. And I will try to get Ella to update next week, but I don't know if she'll do it. Bye.